Hey y'all, and happy Friday. I think today is April 12th. Yeah, I think today's April 12th. I'm out, hold on, at the park. And you know what, guys? I said I was not going to run this year. I said I was going to do what needed to be done. I said I was going to be authentic on the camera as much as I am off the camera. And so right now I am feeling really low, but not trying to feel low at the same time. I hope that makes sense. I know you guys seen a vlog already about me being trapped. I know that we need a where have I been update vlog, so I might as well put all of that in here with this chit chat. All right, where have I been? I was posting a little bit more consistently in like 2021, possibly even 2022, but around 2022 life really took a crazy turn for me, right? Like when I first moved from New York, I was gone all the time. Like, I was gone all the time. And around 2022 I kind of like simmered down and slowed down or whatever, and that meant I was staying in my house a lot more than I normally do. Around that time, I think I also shared with you guys that there was a neighbor on top of me who used to smoke weed every single day, which, let me tell you something, I don't care about weed. Everybody smokes weed. It's not that big of a deal, right? But what made it a big deal for me was the neighbor that lived adjacent from me. So there was one on top and one that lived in front of me. She just decided to leave a note on my door blaming me for the weed. Like, girl, the fuck? What are you talking about? That wasn't me. And one thing about me that I have not shared is that since I was a little girl, y'all, I've always been blamed for the most heinous shit. Like one time there was a scarecrow going all the way back to junior high school. There was a scarecrow, because everything matters. There was a scarecrow that they set up for Halloween in this little section in my junior high school, and somebody set it on fire. How it came back to it being me that set it on fire, I don't know, but they blamed it. I had no way to prove that it wasn't me because I don't know if there was cameras or whatever. And so I got like suspended from school for a while. They claimed that I burnt it down. Fast forwarding to me getting older, and it's just always, every time that something has gone wrong, it's always, if I'm in the vicinity, it's always my fault. When I had moved from New York, I moved from New York because I was getting blamed for the crazy shit that was going on in my building. Again, smoking weed. Like, smoking weed, doing things that I was not doing. There was one instant where the neighbors on top of me upstairs were really loud, and so I kind of just asked them to like quiet it down. I don't know when we got to this place. We probably have always been at this place where you don't get a right to speak to people. No matter how you speak to them, you don't get a right. So that neighbor had like a friend or whoever over. That friend was very nasty, very low vibrational, negative energy, and so she called the cops on me. And so what I'm saying is, when I was leaving New York, I was leaving the cops getting called on me, always being blamed for shit. To walk into that in my new home, that just completely tore me up. On top of that, there was like family stuff going on in the background also, not in the background, that was also happening. Yeah, that wasn't good for me neither, because one thing about me, I like to be treated a certain way. And if I'm not treated that certain way, then my like next thing is to be distant, to disappear, or to just not be around you. That's just how I operate with people. I'm not going to continuously stay in somebody's space or around somebody if they not treating me the way I want to be treated. I mean, if you can't own the way you're treated in life, then what else do you own? A lot of stuff I think I shared with you, I might have shared with you guys about my mom's relationship with her toxic ass husband. We're gonna get into that. So there was just a lot, and what happened was I just shut down, y'all. I shut down. I became completely stilled. I didn't want to do anything anymore. I was just over it. Like, I was just over it. I didn't want to be bothered. I didn't want to be seen. I literally went into hermit mode. And so what happened was I stopped posting too. I like went invisible, y'all. I deleted all my social media platforms, TikTok, Instagram, Snapchat. The only one that I kind of stayed on and was like dibbling dabbling in was probably Twitter, because I love Twitter. So yeah, I just like shut down. I completely stopped living. I think going through everything and dealing with everything just really like, it wore me out, y'all. I was like burnt out. I was exhausted. And so hindsight, what I wish I would have did was be more forthtelling and forthcoming on my platform. But that was not my first thought, y'all. In that moment, it was to protect myself. It was to get away. It was to get some space, to get some ease. It was just like, please, I'm done with this. So that's where I was prior to this whole eviction thing in 2020. 2022, 2023, I was just literally, I was invisible. I was just not meant to be around. So now, let's fast forward to the eviction, because I know you guys have so many questions about that. How did I end up in this space? Why am I here? It's so much. What happened was, around 2022, like, my boyfriend started paying all the bills, because like I said, I was in hermit mode. I was not taking care of myself. I was just really not wanting to exist in life. We all get to that point. It's called depression, right? So I was just really depressed, and I didn't want to be bothered. So I was just really depressed, and he was taking care of everything. And around October, before my 37th birthday, because y'all know I always have, there's certain things I always do show up for, y'all. I will show up for birthdays, I will show up for trips, and you guys didn't get a birthday vlog this year because I didn't get to do nothing. A week before, like the Friday before my birthday, the car transmission went out. And so that's originally what started the whole process to lead up to me being evicted. So the transmission went out. That meant I spent my birthday in my house on the couch. I was okay with it though, because I was alive, I was well, I was healthy, I had food to eat. Like, I made the best of it. Fast forward, that meant that the money and the income definitely started to get really slow. I had some money saved up in my house, but it got legs and walked away. I don't know where it went, so whatever. Come around January, like, the rent hadn't been paid for like 3 months. I know. Right. But the rent hadn't been paid for like 3 months or whatever, so now we get evicted. My mom has been married to this guy for 16 years. He's a toxic man. We all have demons, but what helps you get away from your toxicity is that you face your demons and you're honest about your demons. His thing is that you should just accept his demons. It doesn't matter, right? Like, no matter what happens, you should just accept them. And that's not how I live. Like, I'm a Scorpio. So death and rebirth and transformation is exactly like what I need and have to do in my life, right? And I have been telling my mom for years that he's not it. Like, he does not want anything to ever be happening without him included. And that means no relationship with my mom, because I don't want him included, which, why would he need to be included in a relationship with me and my mom? It's me and my mom, right? I got first evicted. I didn't have a car. You guys know that. Nothing. So we had rented a car from Turo. I think that's how you say it. And we only had a certain amount of mileage, so that only led to me being at my mom's house. Every time I go to my mom's house, y'all, it's always something. Like, it's always something. Always something. I cook, I clean, I do everything as a daughter would to help their mom. And he's just a nuisance. He's just aggravating. He's just annoying. And even though I try to stay away, give him the respect, he doesn't understand it like that. He's like a pest, like a gnat, like a mosquito, okay? The more that you try to swat, the more they come around. So this particular time I was over, okay? Like, I've been evicted. I'm coming down, going through all of this stuff. I don't want to be bothered, basically. So, now, hold on, because this guy is coming, and I want to blow my nose. Y'all, I had to get up and walk. I don't know why, but in this small town, anytime somebody see you doing something that is you minding your own business, they always gotta intervene. I don't understand. Like, there is no way to be able to ignore people in this town, because they don't understand ignoring. Like, they don't understand the importance of having your own space and doing your own thing. Like, I'm sitting here, y'all just seen where I was sitting. I was getting some sun. I was letting the wind blow. His man come, he like, you from around here? I'm like, no. Well, oh, you must be waiting on your ride or something. No. Why can't I just be enjoying my time? Like, why can't I just be enjoying my time? But anyways, I'm not sure where I left off, but let's get back to where we were. Oh, I made my goal, period. So yeah, he's toxic. I didn't want to be around him. And for years, I had been expressing to my mother, as I should have been able to, about just not wanting to be around him. Like, I didn't care she's married to him, but I cared about the fact that she thought that I was supposed to be included in that, when I'm telling her he's not my cup of tea and he's not for me. So why would I be included in that? So yeah, like, now I done got there because I got nowhere else to go. And one would think that if a child is in a very, like, messed up situation, that you should be able to check You should be able to lean on your parents. I know that sounds crazy because most of us can't lean on our parents because of who she's married to. I certainly can lean. So long story short, y'all, we dead ass got into a physical fight. So now that answers y'all first question. How did I get evicted from my place? Because my man didn't want to ask me for help because he thought it would be stressing me. That's yeah, I'm gonna bring him on camera to get a whole point of view on that, because he got to explain himself to y'all, because he's been trying to explain to me and it's not making sense. Went to my mom's house. I was there for all of maybe like a week, and I got evicted from there because my mom had surgery like in August of last year, and son is here, so let's do this. My mom had surgery August of last year or whatever, and her knee is not healing properly because she won't sit down. And so now she's coming to find out that not only is her knee compromised, but her shoulder is compromised too. And so with both of them being compromised, like, she was really, and I hate to say this, but walking around like she had a stroke. You know, when you have a stroke, one side of your body really goes down. So now she was walking around like she was having a stroke or whatever. So of course, like I said before, I'm gonna be cleaning, cooking, doing whatever, because that's my mama. And her man wasn't doing nothing. Like, he don't do nothing. He does less than a bare minimum. He's one of those type of men. Like, he'll do less than a bare minimum, but act like it's a lot. So he may buy something occasionally, but everything has to revolve around him because he has a very childish mentality. So there are no date nights. My mom is not being treated like the queen that she is. And that used to eat me up for years because that's my mama, y'all. And so she's supposed to be treated like a queen. If she's not going to be treated like a queen, then what we doing? You feel me? Like, what we doing? That's the woman that brought me into this world. So I always will want to fight for her to show her what she deserved. So I don't need to take y'all through the whole story. I'll just take y'all to the good, juicy parts because I know that's what y'all want. So what happened was, the house was a mess. He's a drunk. All he do is drink. He comes home, he drinks like 6-7 cans of beer. And so, like I told y'all, he knows that I don't really mess with him because I require more than that bare minimum. And so what he tried to do the night before was go to the liquor store, because y'all know I like to drink. Every time y'all used to see me before, I haven't been drinking in a long time and I can't wait to get back, but every time y'all used to see me before, I always used to have a cup in my hand because period poo, like, I need to have this cup in my hand so I could enjoy myself. He went and got a bottle of Crown Royale, which, girl, who drink Crown Royale? Period. Like, that don't do shit to me. I drank a whole bottle one time by myself and it didn't give me nothing. It's such a beautiful day, y'all. Look at the sky. It's a beautiful day. So he came in like, oh, I got this for you. He would try to like cook for me because he can cook. But here's the thing, y'all, don't try to be offering me mundane whack ass services if you're not doing what you're supposed to be doing, because I'm not gonna want them. Like, some people always think that those type of gestures mean everything and they mean nothing. And so for me, I'm like, don't try to give me a pair of sneakers and make it seem like you doing something, because I'm gonna take your sneakers and I'm still gonna walk off. That's me. I'm like, he's talking about he'll cook me some ribs and all that, because that's what he do to my mom. He gives her like small gestures and things like that, and it's supposed to mean the world to her, and she takes it. But me and my mother are not the same person. So he's like, I'll cook some ribs. I'm like, I'm good. So now he bring this bottle of Crown Royale because everybody knows I like to drink. And he like, oh, I got this for us. I'm like, no, you're good. You got that for you, because here's the thing. If you want to do something good, then do something for real. Do something that's really productive. Don't try to do something that's easy within your parameters and not do something that is important. So that night he got drunk as a skunk per usual, because that's all he do. His diet is cigarettes and beer. That's all he do. That's all he do. So, like, I hate to say this, but honestly, he's a bum. Could be a better person, but he doesn't want to. He's literally like a lot of these other men. He's a grown man because of his body, but his mentality is he's immature. He's childish. Like, the house was a mess. I'm talking about, it's always a mess, y'all. Always a mess. Like, he just cooks all the time. He'll leave the kitchen a mess, and my mom will get up in the morning and cook and clean. But like I'm telling y'all, she talking about she can't walk, she can't lift her arms, she not feeling good. She stayed in bed. That's another thing really quick too. She stayed in bed the whole night before. And so when she stayed in bed the whole night before, of course that's getting me like I'm gonna walk because I want to get my calories too, y'all. Of course, that's getting me. Like, why would I want to see my mother try to struggle to clean? Now I know what she do when I'm not there, but when I'm there, shouldn't I try to do something that could help her? Like, that was my mindset. Not anymore, but that was my mindset. The night before, he's drunk. So I'm staying in my room because one thing about me, just like where I am now, and I'm gonna get to that, y'all, I just like to be in my own space. I don't like to be bothered. I don't like to be bothered because I know how sensitive I am. I know how emotional I am. I know how like honest and authentic I am. And so the best thing for me to do in any situation is to stay away. It's just to stay away, to not engage, because I know myself, right? And I know when shit ain't right, I'm gonna say something. So now the night before, he is drunk. I don't like cigarettes, okay? I asked him multiple times not to smoke cigarettes in the house. He accepted and said he would, but then just smoke cigarettes in the bathroom all the time. There's one bathroom in the house. Why would you smoke cigarettes in there? My mom, like I said, does not hold him accountable for nothing. So all she does is go buy candles and go buy oils and stuff and try to mask the smell of the smoke. When if y'all everybody knows how potent and strong a cigarette is. So that doesn't help. But guess what? I must feel uncomfortable because she's too afraid to ever put him in his place. I don't know, toxic, like I told y'all. Now I'm in there. My mom is calling me. I go in there to check. She's talking about, can you feel this knot in my arm or whatever? Her shoulder. So I'm like, all right, I don't feel it. He is screaming my name, Tessie, Tessie. And I'm like, why are you screaming my name like that? Like, what's wrong with you? He come running in, shirt off and everything, drunk as a skunk. Talk about, this don't bother you, do it? Here's what I'm talking about with people. Why would you care if a vape bothered me when you smoking an actual cigarette? That makes sense to you? Like, don't smoke the cigarette. I don't give a fuck about the vape. So now, y'all, no lie, he's taking it and blowing it in my face. And my mom is trying to get me to stop paying attention to her to give him his attention, because that's how she moves. Y'all, when I tell y'all I've really grown, and I'm so grateful that I've grown, because old me would have spazzed out, would have put him in his place, would have called him all type of names, because my thing is, I feel like you are poking me when I'm asking you to leave me alone. And so I say to her, I take a deep breath, y'all, and I say, Mom, I'm just focusing on you. Here he go. She tending to her mama. She tending to her mama. Yeah, like, this is real. I wish I would have got this footage for y'all, but in these moments, I just be trying to get out and get through. Yeah, this is what I'm dealing with. So now the next morning, I wake up, y'all, there's drawers. Matter of fact, lies you tell, that night, I go out to the kitchen to get something. There's drawers and everything on the floor because he drunk as a skunk now. So he done just threw all his shit all over the place per usual. That's what he do. So now I'm over it. I have been not wanting this man to talk to me for 16 years. Do y'all know how long that is? 16 years. My mom married him when I was 21. That's a whole nother story. But my mom married him when I was 21. I'm 37 now. 16 years I've been wanting this man to not talk to me, but I've been sparing it because for some reason, y'all, as toxic as my mom is with him, that's still my mom, and I was still trying to have a space for her. Because another part about me is I don't have no father. I have my father who raised me, my dad, but my biological father, he's just like everybody else that I'm going to talk about in this video. They're toxic. They're not healthy. He never took care of me. He never did nothing. And anytime that he got around me, all he ever did was try to make me feel like shit. Sorry for my French, but that's the truth. He always just tried to demean me, beat up on me, but then had the audacity, y'all, to tell me that he had 2 other daughters. He had the audacity to tell me, y'all, that he's so grateful that his daughters got an older sister who could be a role model and show them that they can make it through life. You said what now? Because that's not happening to the fight, y'all. So now the next morning I wake up and I'm like, you know what? I can't do this because I'm trying to suppress myself, suppress how I feel to try to keep the peace with somebody else. Where's my peace? You know, like, where is what I deserve? So ooh, this is cute. Look at the sky, y'all. I wake up and I pray to God. I talk to God and I'm like, God, I cannot do this anymore. I have to stand up for myself. I have to do something for me. I've given way too much time to this whole situation. I'm done with it. I am like at the latter part of my 30s. I'm not gonna walk into my 40s with this same bullshit. Then I heard him leave, right? And so I run to go check on my mom and talk to the cats or whatever that y'all seen. I think I showed them, I don't know. I run to go check on my mom and do all this and do all that. And he comes back in the house. So I'm like, fuck. So he comes back in the house, and always what he do is he don't care about what he do, because nothing is ever supposed to be accounted. Like, he's not supposed to ever be held accountable for nothing. It's always just supposed to be, oh, it happened, and like, he's that type of energy, that type of person. So he's like, what's up, Tess? So I take another deep breath, y'all. Growth. And I'm like, please don't talk to me. Like I said, Junior, I would appreciate it if you don't talk to me. He said, okay. So I already knew in that moment, y'all, we know he's wounded. And now a person that's wounded, that feels like they don't, like, nothing should have been done to them, is going to do what? Is going to be on the attack. So now, after I say that, I walk out and I walk to the kitchen. The kitchen is a mess, y'all. Like, there's an ironing board everywhere. There's dishes, pots, everything all over the place. So I tell him, and clean up after yourself, because nobody is your maid. That's what I say to him. Y'all, he say, it's too hard to put back. I swear to God, like, I'm not even lying to y'all. He said, it's too hard to put back. So I'm like, what the fuck? Like, I already knew he was going to be like that. This is why I've been holding on to it for 16 years, y'all. So he's like, it's too hard to put back. So I'm like, don't talk to me like that, right? And so he says something else. I cannot remember, but I remember saying to him, I don't know who you think you're talking to, because I'm not Margot, which is my mother. I was like, I'm not Margot, so don't be talking to me crazy like that, because, yeah, that's not what we're doing. He tells me, y'all, shut the fuck up. He tells me, shut the fuck up. So I was like, oh, you got me fucked up now. You see what I'm saying? Like, you try to be nice to people. You try to offer them something, and that's how they come back and talk to you. Like, who are you talking to? So I said, I don't know who the fuck you think you're talking to, but don't talk to me like that. He's like, well, shut the fuck up then. So now I'm tight, because who you talking to? He's saying something else, and I just started, now at this point, y'all, I'm not even gonna hold y'all, I just started going off. I'm like, you're a fucking waste of space. My mother should have never fucking married you. Sorry for my cursing, let me stop. You're a waste of space. My mother should have never married you. That was the worst mistake she ever did in her life, was marry you. You ain't bring nothing good to her life. All you brought was pain, toxicity, trauma, drama. Like, that's all you do. Now he's pissed. Oh, well, get the out there, get the out, and when I get back, you better have all your stuff effing packed up to get the out of my house. This is what he's saying. So now he start charging at me, y'all, like he want to hit me. So yeah, I ain't no punk, so I'm standing there like, if you gonna hit me, hit me. So now babe runs out, gets in the middle of us. I guess my mom heard all the commotion. She eventually runs out to try to stop it too, but she don't believe him. Like, she see him for who he is, but she still think that he's somebody else. It's a very trans-like mentality. Like, she's very lost in this. You know, he leaves or whatever, because babe pushes him out the door. Like, what you gonna do, hit her? So he pushes him, out the door. And then he leaves. I'm on the phone with my dad, telling my dad, like, I'm tired of this. I'm always there for my mother. No matter what my mom has done to me, y'all, and she's done some very toxic shit when it comes to this man, I'm always there for her. Anytime she needs me, I'm always there. If it's food, if it's money, if it's just companionship, showing up, I'm always showing up. But she hasn't showed up for me since she married this man. I'm tired of this. I'm not doing this no more. When I get away from this time, I'm done with it. Like, she don't have to worry about me. She can now see what it really feels like to see how somebody turns their back on you. You know what I mean? Like, I'm tired now. Like, I've done all I can do. I cannot do anymore. So he leaves to go to church. Then, you know, pulls back up in the let me walk. He pulls back up in the driveway. So I'm not even gonna hold y'all. At this point, I don't trust him, because I already see how he was talking to me. So he pulls back up in the driveway. At this point, when we were talking, I had on my robe, right? And so I'm saying, well, he coming back. I know he coming back to fight, because I know his mentality. So now I have to put on some clothes, because I can't be doing nothing in my robe, right? Clothes or whatever. And I'm just like, yeah, okay. Put on my clothes or whatever. He go in the room. Y'all, he instantly start yelling at my mother. Instantly. why the fuck you letting her talk to me like that? My mom's like, what are you talking about? He's like, now, forget all that he said, because I just told y'all that he said what he said to me first before I shot my fire back, right? So now forget all that. Me standing up for myself is, why the fuck you let her talk to me like that? And my mom's like, what are you talking about? And he's like, you shouldn't be letting her talk to me like that. She's like, and then he starts going off talking about me. My mom's like, don't talk about her like that. She's my daughter. So he says to my mom, well, what you want me to do? She's like, don't talk about her like that. She's my daughter. He gonna say to her, see, I knew you would choose her side. See what I mean? Told y'all. I just told y'all earlier that he don't want me and my mom to have no type of relationship. So he like, I knew you was gonna take her side. Like, what are you talking about? Now, y'all, he start trying to talk about me in terms of my situation. He tried to say, oh, my mom says, because he has 2 sons, which I like his sons. Like, I think that they're decent boys. She says to him, I'm sorry, y'all, I'm trying to watch my stuff too, because I left my stuff over there so I could do the vlog, and I just want to make sure that nothing is being touched over there. She says to him, what if I would talk to Lamar Omar like that? Yo, this man said Lamar Omar would never be in her position because she's selfish. That's the one thing I'm not, which is what I'm learning to be now. I'm learning to be so selfish because I've been so selfless. So what are you talking about? All right, now that pissed me off. I'm like, selfish? I've paid your bills. I've put food in your house. I've done all these things for you. What are you talking about? All you've ever done is create drama, and BS everywhere you go. So what are you talking about? So now I'm upset. I'm start laughing like, selfish, you got me messed up or whatever. He's upset now. He's upset. So I'm not trusting that he ain't gonna try to put his hands on my mother, because you see what he did. He couldn't say it to me, so he ran to beat up on a person that he knows he could beat up on, my mother. So now I'm making sure I peep in the bedroom where my mom is at, because that's where they at. Baby's trying to tell me, don't do it, stay away, whatever. But I'm like, nah, that's my mother. I gotta make sure she's okay. Y'all, I peek in the bedroom. My man got his fists up. Like, he's ready to fight. No one tried to fight him. No one put their hands up or did whatever. I walk in there. He's like, I wish you would. I'ma fuck you up. I'll knock you the fuck out. Yes, y'all, this is my mother's husband talking to me like this, right? And it gets even better. This might be one of the most authentic vlogs I ever did, or chit chats I ever did. So I'm super proud of myself right now for this moment. I'm like, yeah, okay, whatever. So I'm gonna keep everything a buck. So there was some mirrors on the dresser. Now this is my accountability and my fault. When he was saying all that, I picked up one and tossed it at him. I did not try to hit him, but I did toss in his direction. I understand that. At this point now, he is really trying to throw hands, y'all. He is really trying to, So now he's in Babe face, because Babe tried to get in the middle of us to make sure he don't hit us, because this man's really trying to hit me. So Babe gets in the middle to make sure he don't connect. And I guess Babe hits him because he's running off by the mouth talking crazy. Now they get into a tussle or whatever. Some kind of way my husband slips and fall, because they was fighting in a real close, like, quarters, I guess. Like, nah, you ain't finna get my man like that. So my mom had a billy club or whatever, and I went and got the billy club. Again, my accountability, my fault, but I'm protecting my man. I go in there, and I don't know if I was gonna try to hit him. I think I was just trying to scare him, y'all, because I'm not a violent person. I will stand up for myself. And a lot of times people think that because you stand up for yourself that you're confrontational and you're violent. I'm neither of the two. But I'm going to stand up for myself, because why would I let you talk to me or treat me any type of way? That sounds buffoonery. Now I go in there, whatever. Some kind of way he gets it away from me. I think because my husband's trying to take it away from me too. And he hits my husband on the head, y'all. Like, literally on the head. I told you that my husband's already on the floor, y'all. He started trying to stomp him out. Now, at this point, somebody pushed my mom. My mom falls into the wall or whatever. It's kind of crazy. She's crying. It's whatever. Now, when he hits my husband, I'm like, oh, nah, I'm calling the cops, because he's a felon. He spent so many years of his life in jail. Not that that counts anybody out, but if you don't try to get out and change your life, then what's the point? I'm going to call the cops. I call the cops. I'm not from the South, so I don't know how the South operates. I'm used to, at least if you in the city or something, what they try to do is diffuse the situation. So they try to tell somebody to leave to make it calm down. In the South, they talking about they was taking everybody because everybody was included. And that sounds crazy to me, because I was only included because I was trying to protect my mom. But that's neither here nor there, because they don't care about that. She's his property because they married, which is another thing for the South that I'm good with. Like, I'm nobody's property. Sorry, y'all. My nose running. I am nobody's property. I'm my own property. I don't care if this man or woman gave me their last name. Nobody don't own me. I own myself. Now my mom is crying. She talk about she didn't want to believe it. She didn't want to do this. She didn't want to do that. So he leaves in the fluff because that's who he is as a person. He's a big baby. So he leaves in the fluff as he should have left. About nothing. The only thing he cares about is his guitars. He has a few guitars in the house, so he grabbed every last one of his guitars and left. I'm sitting there, they give us a victim form, they write him down as a suspect and this and this and that and whatever. And they tell my mom, they tell her, they say, I think that you should talk to your daughter, because they're two women. So they're saying, this don't even sound right. I think you should talk to your daughter and try to come up with a plan. She's like, I don't drive, which she don't know how to drive. She don't got no car because the car's in his name. Just all this type of bullshit. I think the guy's leaving, so I'm probably gonna walk back and be able to sit down. So just all this type of BS, sorry, but they're really on our side saying that this sounds crazy and it sounds toxic. So yeah, so now we sitting there, we trying to figure out like what's gonna happen. He leaves in the fluff or whatever. My mom, I leave because I'm upset, so I leave to talk on the phone to my uncle or my brother, somebody, I can't remember, so I can calm myself down. My mom's crying. She talking about she didn't know, she didn't think he was this person. If you choose to not see a person's red flag, you can't blame nobody about that but you. This man has been this person, but at the same time, she has always just accepted him for who he is, and that's the truth. She knew that he would be this type of person. She knew he would take it there if he had to. She knew that, because this ain't the first time she ever heard. I told her one time, I said, this ain't the first time you ever seen him put his hands on somebody. And she was like, well, I never seen it, I always heard it. And so I said to her, I said, wait, so if a person told you that somebody stabbed somebody, do you need to see them stab the person before you could believe that they would stab you? No, you know that they're capable, and you move based on their capabilities. So I'm like, you didn't want to see it. She's like, yeah, whatever. So now we in the house for like a few days. He is toxic, tormenting her, sorry. So he keeps just coming back and forth in the house because he got the keys. So he just doing things to, you know what I mean, to make her feel uncomfortable because he can, and he's a miserable person like that. One day he came in the house 8 o'clock at night for a jacket. He didn't need that fucking jacket. He didn't use that jacket for like 2 days. So when did he need it? My mom was so upset that she broke this thing, which was really sad because my mom's a diabetic, and so she can't really get cut and do things like that. But she's not caring because she's so heartbroken, y'all, about her man. So stayed out for a few days. He was tormenting my mother, like I told y'all, doing this, doing that, whatever. And so eventually he's in his feelings, he's upset, comes, and he's like, he calls the cops. My mom told him if he's gonna come to the house to bring the cops. That's what she told him. He telling her no need, but he telling my mother, I'm gonna cut off your medical, I'm gonna cut off your phone. My mom asking for the key. He threw the key back at her. It's just very toxic. And so eventually what happened was he came back to the house. He brought the cops. Of course the cops, like, again, property took his side. So he's like, he comes in, he's like, why the fuck can't I stay in my house? Because in about, I'm sorry, so dark, y'all. He's like, why the fuck can't I stay in my house? Because in about 6 days, y'all getting the fuck up out of here. So now, that's how y'all see the budget truck with the stuff in it and me saying evicted again. Because now, my mother's husband knows that I have nowhere to go and I'm homeless, but he's in his feels because he created some shit, and now his only power card is to evict us. So he evicted us. Okay, I didn't wait for no papers because, again, if someone's telling you that they have the capability to do something, you believe them. Why would I wait for the papers and then I would have been asked out? Wish I could have made it to New York, but y'all, I was broke. I had no money. I had no car. I had no way to travel. So I couldn't make it back home to New York. So next after that was to come to my grandparents' house, and now we get to where we are now. So I come to my grandparents that have never done anything for me, have never been there for me, have never had a relationship with. All right, I was trying to talk to them 2 years ago, but they not really healthy people for me. They could be healthy for whoever, but they not healthy for me. And stopped talking to them. I ghosted them because I told y'all I'm gonna disappear. If I don't like the way I'm treated, I'm gonna disappear. I don't feel like you deserve an explanation. I don't feel like I should have to tell you what the hell is going on. Just you doing shit that I think is faulty, and because I don't want to F with it, I ain't messing with it, period. But that was the only place I had to go. And at this point now, my mom wants to come, which we're gonna get into that too. Okay, I wanted to see how long it was. Sorry, y'all. So my mom wants to come because now she realizes, oh my God, this man is gonna evict my kids. Why would he do that? Because that's who he is as a person. Picking up the house, we getting ready. He is doing what he do, being who he is. Y'all, what killed me is this man had all this moxie. I had a 75-inch Samsung TV. I'm not sure if I ever showed it to y'all. I'm sure if y'all see me watching TV in my house, y'all might have seen it. But when we go get the budget truck, I walk back in the house. Guess who's watching my damn TV? My thing is, if you got that much moxie and that's how you feel about somebody and you could do all things by yourself, then why would you need to be using somebody else's? Exactly. Come to my grandparents' house, and I know I've shared that video with y'all. I know y'all also see me feeling trapped. And so now here's the thing. I'm in my 30s. These people are almost in their 80s, okay? And them being in their 80s, we already know what type of mindset they got. They think still that you could treat anybody any old type of way and do what you want, and nobody is ever supposed to respond. Nobody is ever supposed to do nothing. And although I'm not responding, I'm proud of myself for that, y'all. At the same time, I'm not just still gonna let you treat me anyway. So they talk a lot of stuff. They complain a lot when there's really nothing to complain about. Complaining or whatever, I'm gonna stand right here, okay? And complaining or whatever, I do what I always do. I just got into my room. I just stay in my room. I stay away, and I do what is good for me, and that's it. They don't like that because to them, staying in my room is me being disrespectful. But why would I want to talk to y'all? Why would I want to be around y'all? Like, there's really nothing, y'all. It's so bad that there's nothing to complain about. That one day, I guess, Babe did dishes in the morning, and he might have put the forks all together and didn't separate them between big and small, and they didn't see us all day. So this might have happened at like 5 in the morning. They didn't see us all day to 8 o'clock. Do you know by 8 o'clock they still brought that up? I just don't want to be there. I never wanted to be there in the first place, but I had nowhere else to go. And my thing is, I am so grateful, y'all, that they opened up their home. Trust me, I am. But still, like I said, just because you're grateful about something and you thankful don't mean that you got to take any old type of treatment. That's not how life is. I stay away. They get high and by. I don't have no conversations. And so I heard my grandfather chatting SHIT last night, just BITCHing and doing stuff like that, saying stuff, just provoking and just trying to get a rise out of somebody because he's miserable and mad. And it's like, what is wrong with y'all? What is wrong with y'all? And so to talk about how I feel, they're just complaining. And that's why y'all heard me say last time that I feel trapped. I have no space. I feel like everything I do is being watched. I don't have nowhere to go. I'm on my feet. If I'm not going to the library to do work, as y'all seen, then I try to come out to this park. There's a racist lady, I'm going to show y'all her house, who lives across the street from the park. And she asked me 2 weeks ago or a week ago, because I was at the park when nightfall came, do I have a home? Like, what are you talking about? Now, today I come here and I'm talking to Babe. There was a car parked out. She know that car was not us. She know that car's not attached to us because she has seen the car already when she was outside. She comes over, hey, because that's what she always do, hey, and then says, is that car related to y'all? We say no. Well, he says no because I ain't answer her. She, I guess she didn't hear the answer. She gonna scream, I'm talking to you. Like, first of all, lady, who are you talking to? So I just feel trapped, y'all, and I feel alone because I have friends and I've been talking to them, but I'm tired of talking to them, and I'm tired of this being my season. I'm tired. I understand that seasons happen for a reason. I understand that cycles happen for a reason too, but like, I'm over it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm over it. I'm tired. I'm exhausted. Actually, I'm exhausted. I am tired of being around toxic people. I'm tired of being around energy vampires. I'm tired of being around draining people. I'm tired. I don't want to deal with this no more. I don't want to This is not for me. I don't bring this to people. Like, people think that I bring drama. You know why? Because I bring honesty and authenticness, and most people don't like to stand in honesty. But that's not drama. Drama is you nitpicking and trying to find something to be upset about. You know, they want to help, but they don't want to help because they've never had to have a relationship with me. And even though it's the first time ever in my life I ever needed anything, so miserable. They're so miserable that all they care about is spilling over. So when I go, now I try to stay out all the time, y'all. Stay out all day. As y'all see, I'm still outside. That's the lady house right there. I'm still outside or whatever. I stay outside till about 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock every night. Then I might go check up on Babe at his job. Then I go into the house. So that I only got to give them high and by anything more. They don't deserve anything more. They don't deserve my presence. They don't deserve anything. And when I was young, I never had close, like, family, what you call it, and I see why. I see that God was protecting me. When God rejects you from something, y'all, let it be. And God rejected these people, my biological father, my mom, and her husband, from being in my circumference because he knew they were not healthy. He knew they were not, y'all. My heart almost dropped because I thought my goddamn bag was open. Shit. I was like, what the fuck? I was about to get there's nothing I could do though. I would have been done for. Hold on, y'all, because I need to finish this before my camera dies. Hold on. Alright, y'all. Yo, my nose is running so bad, y'all. I don't even know why my nose running this bad. It's crazy. Now that's why I'm like, I feel displaced. I feel like I'm just like a little stowaway somewhere. If I make a decision to stay in the house one day, y'all, it costs me like 2 days of mentalness. Like yesterday, some stuff happened and it aggravated me, and that spilled over into today. I'm sorry, I'm wiping my nose, y'all. It's running over into today, and I just don't have time for that. Like, I'm starting from the bottom, y'all. I gotta get a car and I gotta get a house. You know how much that takes? And we trying to do it in no time because my mom and her toxic husband are trying to come to my grandparents' house because my grandfather's about to have an 80th birthday. And even though they know that I live here or whatever, they don't care about that. Hold on, y'all. I need a snack. They do not care about that. So they trying to like come. And that's so weird to me because why would you want to come? But they don't care. Just like my grandparents don't care. When I told these people what happened and what he did, they told me to support their marriage. What are you talking about? Support their marriage? Like, what are you talking about? Okay, good. Why would I support something that's unhealthy? Why would I support something that someone who tried to hurt me? So, y'all, I think I'm gonna end, but that's where I have been. That's why I wasn't posting. This is where I am now with all these evictions. It's just sad. It's sad that people would even want to treat people like this. They have the right to treat you any way they want. Any way they want. It is what it is, y'all. So, in the future, I can't wait for our lives to change. We can all look back to this journey and know why it was so important and worth it. I'm sorry, why it was so important and worth it. I know it's building my character because, like I said, I've been growing. I haven't even had the urge to wanna say nothing disrespectful to my grandparents. I'll just literally be on some y'all weird or whatever. But I don't want to say nothing hurtful to them. I want to keep my hands clean because if I dirty up my hands, I'm no different than them. I'm gonna get back the same karma they get. I don't want that. I I do not want that. I want to be able to be free. I want to be able to be free. So y'all, that's life for me right now. But I'm just going to keep going. I'm going to keep letting this sun shine. I'm going to keep staying positive because I know that this is a test and I don't want to give into it. I refuse to get beat down. I refuse to succumb to this, because if I do, how will I ever grow the mental fortitude to make it further, or to make it to the places where I know I'm going? I won't. So I'm not even sad. I'm not mad at nobody. I'm not mad at my mom. I'm not mad at my grandparents. I'm just exhausted and over it. I'm just ready for my life to be what it needs to be for me. If you made it to this part of the video, I hope I answered all your questions. If there's anything else you would like to know, please leave a comment below. Don't forget to like and subscribe. And yeah, guys, thank you guys so much for being a part of this journey with me. All your comments, all your prayers, all your good energy that you send my way, I really, really appreciate it, because I really appreciate it, because it helps me not feel alone, and it helps me realize that you guys are really my community, and I'm forever grateful for that. So yeah, I don't think I have anything else to say, but I appreciate you guys for allowing me to be authentic, and I look forward to more authentic conversations, because I know I'm not the only one going through this. And my goal as being an influencer is to influence, motivate, and inspire people to understand that no matter, you can always beat the odds. You can always come out on top shining. You don't have to die. You don't have to be submerged. And you don't have to deal. We all get the right to choose our life and what we want. And so for me, I am choosing peace and positivity, no matter what my environment looks like, no matter what the people around me are like. I'm gonna be peaceful and I'm gonna be positive, and the more that aggravates them, I don't care, because I need it for myself. Like, I need to do what I need to do for me. I don't know, I feel like there's more I need to say, but I feel like at the same time I answered everything. So yeah, I need to to carry my ice. So I'll be having my cup of ice. I'll be having my tripod to film. And then here, y'all see my book bag. That has all my like stuff I need, my iPad, my Mac, all my stuff to like be doing work. This is what I look like every single day. Every single day, y'all, because I'm just trying to get it together. Trying to get it working. Alright, y'all, thank y'all so much for listening. Like I said, if I got anything else, I can't wait till you watch this video and edit it for you guys and get it up to y'all sooner than later, because I know y'all been waiting for it. I wish that I could have had much more to offer. I wish that, or much more like, you know, scenic, what you call it. I'm cool with the sun, but I wish that we could have had food to really enjoy and stuff. But the moment arrived when it did. And if I don't pick up my camera and get to starting, when will I? All right, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Love you guys. Bye.